Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we're going to review the Ruige A8-4. Let's start off the wrist check. I'm wearing this Huber Royal Diver, and Groger's wearing my Podagar 830B. I just reviewed that watch. If you haven't seen the review yet, be sure to check it out. Grogo said that Lando asked Dr. Pershing if he can make Dusting Beaver grow his tooth back so he can sing on key for the new album they are recording. Dr. Pershing said he could, but he needs the DNA of a sarlacc tooth. But who would be foolish enough to harvest a tooth because they might fall in and be digested for 1,000 years? Lando said, who needs a fool when we have 3PO? All right, let's take a look at the watch. Comes in a plain, simple box. No frills. No frills at all. And here it is. It's a nice looking watch. But this is definitely a very affordable watch. This is the first Ruige on my channel. I spent $36.22 on this watch after additional charges. I never heard of this brand before, so I figured I'd do my viewers a solid and see if this watch is any good so they don't have to spend $36 on it just because they are curious. This is the second attempt at reviewing this watch, as the first one they sent me was missing a lume pip. Thankfully, the return went smoothly. For your $36, you get a very big 44mm watch, but it only has your basic 30 meters of water resistance. So the size is for looks and not out of necessity. It does have a solid 3-link bracelet instead of hollow, but no fitted end links. This has an automatic movement, but not from Seiko, Miyota, or Seagull. This watch only comes in 2 different colorways. If you don't like the green I chose, there's also a blue. If you like your watches a bit more plain and traditional, there's the A8-2 in either blue or black. The 3-link bracelet is the only option. The watch is 44mm if you measure at the bezel, 53mm lug to lug, but we have straight end links. It's 14.8mm thick, has a 24mm lug width, and no taper, so it's still 24mm at the clasp. It weighs 156 grams on the solid bracelet with 2 links removed. The bezel has an aluminum insert, and the action isn't the best. It's kind of mushy, lots of back play. I felt worse, but it's not great. And it's a 60 click. I forgot to mention that. So 60 click. Not that it really matters. This is not the best bezel. You're not going to use it a lot. Then we have the dial. We have the Ruige name and logo up top. Says automatic on the bottom. Then we have a rehat with the minute markers. And then we have the baton indices, and they are loomed, but not very well. You'll see later. Then we have the fence post minute and hour hand, and the lollipop second hand, and a date at the 3 with no border or cyclops. Then we have a unsigned push-pull crown, and I never have an issue with minute hand jump in an automatic. It seems just to be a quirk. And then we have the crystal. We just have a flat mineral glass, nothing special about it. And then we have the case. The case has a matte finish, and they claim steel, but I have a feeling that this is not steel. I have a feeling that this is an alloy, but I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. You're not buying this one because you think it's a quality watch. You just like the looks of it and don't want to spend a lot of money. But it's nicely shaped, and at least the legs slope down so it fits a little bit flatter than you might think. Then we have a press-on case back, and it says water resist 3 bars. So that's basically your 30 meters there. And then it says automatic, and then A8, that's the model. And then it says back stainless steel instead of stainless steel back. So I guess it's talking like Yoda. And that's a good indication that the rest is not. Whenever they say stainless steel back, they're implying that the rest is an alloy. It's important. Some people are allergic to the alloy, so that's why they always make stainless steel backs usually, because that's the part that touches your wrist. Then underneath the case back is a movement of unknown origin. They say it's their own movement, and we know that's not true. So I don't see any writing on it. So I'm just going to assume it's a very affordable Chinese movement. And I'm going to assume it's a 3 hertz movement. And I don't know the joule count or the power reserve. So I'm just going to put it on the time grapher and see how it's doing. Here it is on the time grapher, and as you can see, it's running 18 seconds fast, so it's running fairly fast. That's not horrible, but we got a ton of beat error there. That's why you see 2 lines on the screen. And I do not know the lift angle of this movement, so I just have it set to the default 52, and so you can ignore the amplitude because I don't know what the lift angle is. But not running horrible. The bracelet's a 3-link, and once again, we don't have fitted end links. But it is fully articulating, so that's always nice, see? So most 3 links, the center links are fixed with the edges, so it's always nice when you have a fully articulating one. Then we have push pins, not screw pins, but they came out nice and easy. I did not struggle sizing this thing. And then we have the clasp, and unfortunately though, we have no micro adjust and just a simple press clasp, but nice to have some micro adjust. These links aren't huge, but this is a big heavy watch, so you want a good fit. Here's the watch and my 7.5-inch wrist. As you can see, this is a big watch and I can just barely pull it off. So if your wrist is much smaller than mine, I don't think you probably want this. It's chunky, but it sits fairly flat on the wrist, so I do like the wearability of it. And 150 grams on a watch this big isn't too bad. However, I only removed 2 links though to fit on my wrist. So the bracelet's a little short for a watch this big. So if your wrist is much bigger than 8, you're going to need more links. And this is a 24 millimeter lug width. So if you're going to put it on a strap, you need a 24. And here's the watch on a leather strap. This is the only 24 millimeter strap I own, I think. I was digging through my straps and this is all I could really find. But that looks nice. Unfortunately, it's got a black buckle. So, but yeah, that leather looks good on it. Here we are in the loom room. I sent the first Ruige I received back because it didn't have a loom pip. Let's see if it was worth the effort. As we speak at the time, that would be a big fat no. The green loom pip is the first to go, with the green baton indices not far behind. The blue hands are better, but still very poor, as the hour hand is slightly better than the minute hand and second hand lollipop. This is poor loom indeed. What I like about this watch, it looks and wears nice. I really like this textured dial. They really nailed it on this dial. And I like the fact that it has a solid link, fully articulating bracelet. What are my gripes and groans? No fitted end links. The bracelet's too short. I'm going to remove 2 links. The bezel action is not very good. And the loom is just downright awful. Do I recommend this watch? Yes and no. It's not a quality watch. And you can probably do better for the 36 bucks you're paying for. But it sure is a nice looking watch. So if you like this dial, then sure, why not? But if this dial doesn't really grab you, there's really nothing else going for this watch. Well, thank you for watching my review of the Ruige A8-4, and I'll be back with the unboxing. I have 2 things coming from AliExpress today. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. And if you like this watch, be sure to use my affiliate link. I'll get a tiny commission, but those tiny commissions do add up. And I like to thank my Members Choice members. The Members Choice watch is supposed to arrive today. So I will do an unboxing video tonight and get it out there for just the members to see. And remember, everybody gets to see the review of the Members' Choice watch, but the members get a week-long head start. Bye.